Well, as we said at the top of the show, everybody, look outside. It is a great day for a good read, and we have another one for you. It's produced by local writer Michael Martineck, and Michael has been writing stories since the age of 7, whether it's been comic books or manuals, but this is a fabulous, I say sci-fi story, and it's intriguing because in this story, people all over the world get memories and knowledge of another human being all of a sudden on May 5th. So the title is Cinco de Mayo, and Michael is here to tell us more about it. And I loved it, I have to tell you.
Oh, thank you so much.
I don't want people to think it's rocket ships and everything when I say science fiction, but it's a future. It's kind of like an everyday story where all of a sudden this happens to everybody.
Yeah, I hate to say sci-fi. Sometimes it scares people off. There's no robots or lasers, but there is a little event, and everybody gets somebody else's memories. So there's a little bit of science fiction there.
So, well, where did you come up with that idea? Because it's fascinating.
The idea took a while to form. It started with 2 people sharing memories, and then it kind of grew from there. And one of the reasons it grew, I think, is the advancement of the internet and social networking. And it got to, you share so much about yourself without you even really, I think, consciously knowing it.
And Michael, give the audience a sense of 2 characters in the book who are sharing memories, and you'll see how the juxtaposition, really works in their lives.
I've got the first character you meet, Alistair, shares memories with the leader of the Aryan Brotherhood.
Can you imagine?
And those are not memories he necessarily wants.
Right.
Those are, a matter of fact, the Aryan Brotherhood would probably want to kill him for the memories that he has. So what he does with that becomes a key to the story.
Yeah.
It's a key plot line. The other story I like quite a bit is the Sultan in Abu Dhabi, who shares memories with a carpet slave, 8-year-old boy in northern India. And he has obviously a life of great privilege, and he shares memories with somebody who has nothing at all.
Think about that. I mean, just think about that for a second. It's fascinating because that to me would have taken the longest. Who am I going to match up in this book?
That was kind of fun, actually. You play with different stories and different things that you want to convey. And I tried not to do the stories that came to mind immediately. Spies have secrets. Everybody knows that, but everybody has secrets. I thought of some of the more commonplace ones, which are just as disconcerting to know.
Yeah, or what if you just woke up with someone else's memories and a complete grasp of another language? Yeah. That's amazing, too.
Yeah, and just how people deal with the common memories, being asked your name or your first kiss, you remember 2 suddenly.
And children wake up with the different memories, too, and how they have to channel this.
That part was kind of fun to write, kind of funny. I stayed away from some of the more gruesome aspects of that, but some of it's pretty funny. The kids, and they get memories from adults in some instances, and those are memories that are somewhat difficult to deal with, I think. If you don't have the framework, the wisdom.
How interesting. Now, you're making your home up in Grand Island. You're a Western New Yorker.
Yeah, Grand Island.
And like I said, you've been writing since you could write.
Yeah, always writing. Always writing something.
Do you like this genre, or are you just as comfortable with historical fiction, or?
Oh, I'll write anything. And you kind of write. I fell in love with this particular story, this little world, and I got to write 6 or 7 different stories within this book. So that was kind of fun. There's almost different genres within the book.
Yeah, and I told Michael, I said, I can feel a sequel here, or else just picking out a couple of characters and continuing to write about them.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
I like the characters.
There's more stories.
Yes.
Yeah. That's 6 billion. It happens to 6 billion people. So
you got a lot of fodder in there.
A lot more stories.
Yeah.
There could be quite a bit more.
So since writers are always writing, Michael, what are you writing now?
Writing another book.
Yeah.
Yeah, writing another book.
You want to give us a little glimpse of what's in there?
That in this book, the world has no governments. There's corporations control everything. So
that's very interesting.
It's very interesting. Yeah, it's not that much of a stretch, really.
Well, you write with that great what if,
I enjoy that.
You flesh it out, and it really gives people a lot to think about.
Yeah.
What do you say to people who think they have a book in them, but maybe they haven't put it down on paper yet?
It's easier to do than you think. Word by word. One word, one sentence, one paragraph. Don't bite off more than you can chew. You're going to sit down to a 7-course meal. You start with maybe a sip of water. You go little by little. and it's really not that tough.
But if you're creating a world, how do you know when the natural end of the story is? I mean, these people are your creations, you know?
Yeah, it's sometimes it's a little difficult to say goodbye. It's a little difficult to end, and I think that knowing when to say goodbye is maybe not even for you. Maybe that's something your editor tells you, or somebody else who reads your book. Maybe you can't even decide that. But if you're starting a book, you don't necessarily worry about that.
Right. Is the editing process hard?
It can be a little frustrating.
Yeah. You have somebody else who's reading your words saying this should stay in, this should come out.
Yeah. You know, this one was actually very nice. I only had 2 minor arguments, you know, in the whole deal, so that wasn't too bad.
That's great.
But you know, anytime you write something, and the books kind of feel like your children, you know.
Absolutely.
And if somebody makes fun of that kid, well, in any way,
you got to take that a little personal.
Yeah.
But you know, I got to tell you, Michael, you did a great job on this, and we want to let everybody know that Michael is going to be at Talking Leaves tonight, okay? And probably you'll have some other signings as well down the road.
Yes.
But we know of this one for sure. So go and visit Michael. Go pick up Cinco de Mayo. You're really going to enjoy it. You know where Talking Leaves is? It's right on Elmwood Avenue. But the book itself is available at Talking Leaves at Borders, Gallery, or make that 464 Gallery, and Amazon.com. Okay, and you can also just get to Michael directly by michaelmartineck.com, and you can talk with him yourself. Tell him what you think of the book, because I liked it a lot. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And when your next one is ready, come on back.
I will be back.
All right? Michael, everybody, Michael Martineck, another talent here in West New York, writing really for our amazement in these books. Go and enjoy this. It's a great novel.